The FIRE movement. Financial independence, retire early. A great concept. But there is one majorly big problem with the approach to it. We aren't going into how to achieve financial independence today. We'll save that for another video. And if you're watching this, you probably have a good idea anyway. The main thing I want to get into is that big problem with it. So, I was at a wedding recently and I was talking to my mate's dad. I was seeing how he was getting on and he was telling me about how he had retired last year. He had reached financial independence. He had originally planned to try and get it at 55, but eventually retired at 59. So not necessarily super early, but still many years before a lot of his peers. We had a discussion about financial independence and what a good goal it was generally. But then he said something that got me thinking. When I asked what he was up to, he was talking about how he was into cycling and does that regularly with some friends, walks the dog, but he said, in all honesty, I'm getting a little bit bored. He said, with the winter coming up, I won't be able to go out on my bike as much. I don't really know what I'm going to do. He says he needs to get into something, or he might just end up getting a part-time job somewhere. And this is the major problem with the FIRE movement. Not having a plan for what you want to do when actually getting there. Is having that as the only goal, having financial independence as the end goal, when really that is just the beginning. People can end up getting so obsessed with getting to financial independence, there's been very little thought about what's going to be done once actually there. This is massively important because you need to know what you're doing it all for. What's the point of financial independence? What do you want to do once there? This is actually the more important question to answer, because then you'll know what it is you really want. You'll be sacrificing a lot in order to get to financial independence, especially if going for it earlier in life. You need to know it's worth it. It doesn't matter what it is that you want to do, maybe it's so you can travel the world, and if that is the case, realising that earlier, it might mean instead you just decide to get a remote job and start doing that before fully at that financial independence. And it's the easiest time in history to do that at the minute. And whatever it may be that you want to do, it's asking, do you really need the financial independence to get the thing that you really want? As Adam Alter refers to in his book Irresistible, as humans, we are a bit weird. In truth, we are addicted to making things difficult for ourselves. So even once we get the cushy life, it's not uncommon for us to continue to be unhappy. We seem to seek out some hardship or challenge to overcome. It's in our nature, it makes us feel good, we like it, even if given the opportunity to relax and enjoy life. And one of the very biggest challenges in life is attaining financial independence. So if you're the type of person going for that, especially early, it means this is especially true for yourself. So you better make sure you've got some challenges to overcome and things to keep achieving, whatever that may be, ready for when you finally do reach that financial independence.